The HP Outdoors Waterfowl podcast is fueled by Yukanuba. If you want to get the most of your dog in your training sessions, you need nutrition that holds nothing back. Yukanuba's new premium performance lineup is built with the nutrients dogs need to help unleash their max potential. That starts with providing energy that matches their efforts, supporting optimal nutrient delivery, and supporting post-exercise recovery. Check out the new Yukanuba premium performance lineup and find your dog's fuel at yukanubasportingdogs.com. You are listening to the HP Outdoors Waterfowl Podcast. All right, guys, season's here, and we know you're not leaving your pups at home. Gunner Kennels is known for their crash-tested crates, but now they're ensuring that you can defend your food too. They've created their new food crate, which has got to be the most durable food container ever made. This thing holds 50 pounds of dog food, uses heavy-duty roto-molded construction with airtight gaskets and seals to ensure food freshness. A durable, lockable latch makes sure that raccoons and rodents can't get in there either. Gunner also guarantees that it's waterproof, dustproof, and airtight. It's constructed for portability as well, so you can keep it at home, throw it in the back of the truck, bring it to camp. Wherever you go, the food crate can go with you. Just like Gunner Kennels, the food crate comes with a lifetime guarantee and is overbuilt right here in the USA. Check them out and get yours today at gunner.com. Welcome to the HP Outdoors Foundation Waterfowl Hunting course. I'm your host, Josh Palm, and this is your number one source of information for all things that you need to know if you're getting started in waterfowl hunting. Joining me on this journey is going to be my co-host, Dan Harushka, and we're going to take you through all of the things that you need to know about waterfowl hunting and how to do it correctly and successfully so that you can start off your journey on the right foot. For Dan and I, when we talk about why we would want to do a course like this, a lot of things come into mind. The major thing is that our platform and the HP Outdoors community was founded on providing information and mentorship to new hunters that were trying to get into the waterfowl space. We get questions on a daily basis where guys express concern about understanding regulations, understanding rules, how to go about doing things, bird identification, all of the important pieces that go along through the hunter's journey. So we're going to cover a lot of those things over the next several weeks as we release this course. But I'll let Dan speak to a little more as to, some of the things that you can expect as we go down this journey together.
Yeah, I'm excited about this. We've been talking about it for a while, just you and I, and decided that, now is the time to put this out. And what it's going to be able to do is a new hunter can click on this and go through all the different modules, and they're going to be shorter than our usual episodes, and it'll be between regulations, safety, equipment and gear, your first hunt, after harvest processing and taxidermy, stuff like that you can click on, and we'll throw in examples and deep dive into each of these sections. But I think our plan is to release a few at a time so they can click right through them and fill up their knowledge bucket, if you will. So excited to do this and looking forward to it.
Yeah. So if you're sitting here listening to this and say, well, who is this course for? This course is going to be for anyone who really spans the gamut of your waterfowl hunting experience. Primarily, the majority of the course will be focused on folks that are new to the sport or maybe haven't even started hunting yet, but are interested in pursuing this and getting into it. So it's absolutely going to be the most beneficial to a new hunter. However, we're going to cover areas that I think will be beneficial to people with some addition, some experience. And why we wanted to do this is because, hunters and just people in general are consuming way more information digitally and electronically than they ever did when Dan and I were growing up. So everything we've learned, were passed on to us from our family or from friends or from siblings or a hunting mentor. A lot of folks don't have that mentor today. And they ultimately look at waterfowl hunting and they see all of the things that, are required in addition to all of the equipment required, all of the rules and regulations that need to be understood before you can legally hunt waterfowl. We're hoping to clarify that for some people and help them through that. So as this course is released, we will release them by module. So Dan's already mentioned, but we've got 5 major modules that we plan to release. And within those modules will be several different lessons covering various topics. And the goal here is that you'll be able to go to the HP Outdoors website. You can go onto our podcast page, and in the search bar, you can key in key terms that you're looking for if you have specific questions about, license requirements or bag limits, as an example. You can search for that, and episodes will come up that have that particular keyword in the title. So all of these will be strategically titled so that you can find information if you're looking for a particular area, or if you just want to browse the entire course. We will release them in chunks. So the entire module 1 chunk will be together. The entire module 2 chunk will be together, as an example. So we're going to do our best to deliver this in a digestible format that works for as many people as possible. As Dan mentioned, we are going to cover regulations, safety, equipment and gear, your first hunt, and sort of after the hunt, after harvesting birds, processing, and taxidermy. So sort of your start to finish, end to end hunting process. Some of them will be more in depth. Some of them will be more high level. Just sort of depends on what's appropriate for that various topic. But we're going to cover a lot of range, and we're really pumped up. We've had, as Dan mentioned, we've had this in our minds for probably almost 3 years now. I think it's been a while that we've discussed this and we've had information down, and we've just decided that this is how we're going to choose to deliver it. So we hope you guys enjoy this. We hope you guys learn a ton from it, and we hope that this encourages you to, not be afraid and to take the plunge and get into it, and use this course as a resource and as a guide for you. I will say that we are going to produce this course to the very best of our knowledge at the time that it is recorded. So regardless of what you hear in this course about regulations and rules, always, always, always verify with your local fish and game wildlife organizations, the federal regulations at the time, to ensure that they are, in fact, what we are discussing here, or if they have changed. Ultimately, as a hunter, you bear the responsibility of knowing the policy. So this is not, I don't know what the right caveat here is. This is not legal advice or any of that kind of stuff. This is to give you a framework to understand how these policies and rules work. It is up to you to ensure that what your local rules and regulations are, that you're fully aware of them at the time. So, Dan, you got anything else before we get this going?
Yeah, I was just going to say, for our regular listeners, we hope this format is something that if you're trying to get someone into waterfowl hunting and they're like, just a lot goes into it, you can shoot them over to, iTunes and say, just start listening here. It'll give you great, information base to get started with. And, I know personally that I struggle when I'm trying to learn something new. Just sometimes the info is just all scattered about, right? So what we're trying to do is condense that into one format that you can go to, hammer through all these lessons and come out with a really good idea of what you have to and need to do. So that's about all I have, but looking forward to it.
Yep. Well, that sounds good to me. And, hopefully this reaches the audience that we intend. One of the things that I've always had in my mind is, if a dad needed to connect with his kid and his kid likes to be on his phone, maybe this is a way where the dad can forward him a message and says, hey, check this out. We're going to go hunt this weekend, or, whatever. And a kid can learn that way. So it can be not just for someone who doesn't have a mentor, but it can be a tool for mentors to use with others, if that's how the others consume their information, if it's electronically or through podcasts or whatever. So it's just another tool out there. So I think we've got that covered pretty good here. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and start off with module 1, which is going to cover regulations. So the next 9 episodes that you'll see after this one will be 9 lessons specifically related to the various waterfowl regulations that you need to understand as a waterfowl hunter. So without further ado, we'll get into that, and we will see you back here for lesson 1. That's going to do it for this episode of the HP Outdoors Waterfowl Podcast. If you're new to the show, head over to iTunes, check out some of our past episodes, and while you're there, leave us a 5-star rating and review. It's the best way for like-minded hunters just like you to find our show. Check us out on social media. Check us out over at hpoutdoors.com and anywhere you can find quality podcast content. That's going to do it for this week. Till next time, for Dan, I'm Josh. Take care.